This report is absolutely insane. As you have a brand new report that has dropped from Shams and Brian Windhorst, revealing some shocking information as it pertains to Giannis Antetokounmpo. We're going to break down that report and discuss what it means going forward for the Lakers as something big is brewing. Stay tuned for all that in this episode, folks. But before we get into it, if you're a part of the 90% who aren't subscribed to the channel, this is the place to be for daily Lakers content. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. If you want to help us towards that goal, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to go over today. Now, obviously, there's been a ton of things going on between both, in the NBA, whether it be the Mark Williams stuff, the Luka Doncic trade, and now Giannis Antetokounmpo is yet another, guy that's come out surrounding a ridiculous trade. And let's dive right into it. So you can see this here. A lot to go over today. Shams says that Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to stay in Milwaukee, but if he doesn't see sustained long-term success there, he will look elsewhere, right? And this is very interesting because we know, Kendrick Perkins also said the team was on the clock. So this report started to blow up a little bit, and I'll dive into how it pertains to the Lakers because there's some rumors there that are very interesting, right? But we're starting to think about now Giannis Antetokounmpo. And after the Lakers traded for Luka Doncic, it has created a spiral effect, whether it be reports coming out that the Memphis Grizzlies are looking to trade John Morant, whether it's just reports now that the Lakers are going to try to, lure Giannis Antetokounmpo away from Milwaukee. It seems now, and it's ironic, this report, because prior to this report hadn't dropped in it's been years really since you heard, firm Giannis trade talks from a reliable reporter like Shams. If they don't see sustained success, he will look elsewhere. Now, he also came out on the flip side and said he wants to be in Milwaukee. So that part is true, but it's very interesting. And then this dropped. The odds makers are, they named the Lakers as among favorites to land Giannis Antetokounmpo. They're fourth favorites to land Giannis, of course, behind the Knicks, the Nets, and the Heat. So this is interesting now because as it pertains to the Lakers, the question mark becomes, if they were able to pull off Luka Doncic, would they be able to pull off Giannis Antetokounmpo? And the answer is a little bit murky, but I want you to let me know down below in the comment section. Do you think, say Giannis becomes available this offseason or the offseason after, do you think the Lakers are in a good position to get Giannis? Now, I think in any, realm where a trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo goes down, he is going to work closely with Milwaukee to go to a destination of his choice, which is why I think the Lakers are among the favorites and one of the reasons that, they're listed as a team here. Because if you're Giannis and you want to win, pairing yourself with LeBron and Luka Doncic especially would be absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Luka Doncic and Giannis Antetokounmpo would be an unstoppable duo. You have LeBron, assuming this is next season and he's playing. It is a little bit wild. You can see this here. Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, duo in Lakerland is already written in the stars. Book it 2027. There's been a bunch of rumors floating around, people talking about how good Giannis would look in a Lakers jersey. And I think it makes a lot of sense. Now, again, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. They just made a blockbuster trade for Luka Doncic, but the report itself is pretty insane as it pertains to him wanting out if they don't see long-term sustained success. And the Bucks are in a pretty bad spot because they don't have a ton of assets. They made the trade. They got off Chris Middleton. Of course, they got Kyle Kuzma. I don't think they're going to win anything this year, and I don't know if they're positioned to win anything beyond this year. They obviously have Damian Lillard. He's aging and enters age 35 season next year. And I could see the Lakers trying to scoop in and start to probe with the Bucks about what could happen here as it pertains to a trade. Say, hey, we'll give you, and we'll get into a couple of mock trades in a minute, but we could give you a ton of assets, some young guys, and see how a trade actually works out. And to pair yourself with Luka, and if you're Giannis and you want to win, and if you are Giannis, you want to win, Lakers are, playing alongside Luka would be one of the, he's playing alongside Dame now. Luka is on another level. It would be a fantastic fit. Maybe he wants to play with LeBron, all these different things. And it is very interesting. I don't really need to show you guys how good Giannis Antetokounmpo is. I will, though, regardless. And nonetheless, he's averaging 31.5 points a game this season, 12 rebounds. He is elite, right? He is one of the best players in the NBA. And if you have him and Luka Doncic, you'd have two top, 5 NBA players. Now, is this realistic? Not really. But the fact that this report came out makes it a lot more realistic. It makes it a lot more insane. And everybody is talking about it. So I want to make a video on it. And especially because they're among favorites, right? They're top 5 in the betting odds, and they're not that far behind the Knicks, who also makes sense because they also have a ton of assets. And you can see so many people are talking about it before this report came out. You can see at the bottom there, Giannis teaming up with Luka in 2027 is pretty much a foregone conclusion. Luka, Bronny James, Bryce James, LeBron, obviously that's a joke. But the fact that everyone's been talking about it now, and it is crazy, right? And it's kind of even crazy to think about Giannis going to any other team besides staying in Milwaukee. But after the Luka Doncic trade, nothing is even out of the realm of possibility anymore. Like I could see a world, a very likely world, where Giannis becomes available, he wants to go to the Lakers, and the Lakers pull it off, right? After the Luka trade, anything is possible now. We've seen it with John Morant. He's requesting a trade. Or not, he's not requesting a trade, sorry, but reports have come out that he is willing to be traded. He may request a trade. The Grizzlies may look to move on from him. It's less polarizing now to other front offices as well following the Luka trade, right? And you look at the depth chart and obviously Luka Doncic would, with Giannis Antetokounmpo would fit in insane. Now, I wanted to bring this up. Now, this article dropped prior to the trade deadline and a while ago, right? And that's why D'Angelo Russell is there. But I want to pose this question to you all, and you'll see it in the thumbnail and things like that. So the trade offer here would be D'Angelo Russell, Rui, Austin Reaves, 2029 first, 2031 first. So, don't take this trade verbatim because they obviously don't have D'Lo anymore. Would you give up multiple first-round picks, whatever the Lakers have left in their, arsenal to give up, Dalton Knecht, Austin Reaves, and then salary filler? Is that something you would do for Giannis? I think the answer is almost surely yes, right? Austin Reaves, Dalton Knecht, one of your young players. You can throw in Rui in there as well, and then all your first-round picks. That is the question, right? And you can see, again, this article dropped way early on in the season. And this is not this isn't an article to say a trade like this is going to happen or anything like that. I just wanted to bring it up because it shows an interesting perspective. They don't even have a lot of the assets that they're showing here, but I just wanted to bring it up to kind of ask you guys, would you do a trade surrounding Austin Reaves, Dalton Knecht, first round picks, whatever the Lakers can offer, and then of course salary filler for Giannis Antetokounmpo? I think most of you guys would say absolutely. Now the question becomes, how good would that team be with Luka and Giannis, LeBron? Maybe he'd be retired by 2027, whatever it ends up being. And B, is that enough to compete with the other teams that would be willing to offer the everything for Giannis? That's the biggest hurdle here for the Lakers. They don't have all of their assets. They gave up one of their first round picks in the Luka Doncic trade, right? So things are starting now to become a little bit more difficult if you're trying to pull off a blockbuster trade. However, if you're trying to get a center trade, like we've been discussing all year long, things become interesting there. So let me know what your thoughts are on this. It's an absurd report. Do I think it happens? Absolutely not. I don't think that it's likely that Giannis ends up a Laker, but him, with an Austin Reaves swap, depending if Austin continues to grow, it's a very intriguing it would be an intriguing package for the Bucks, and obviously it'd be intriguing for the Lakers. So let me know there. One other thing before I wrap up, just want to touch on how the Lakers have the #1 defensive rating over the past 15 games. We'll have a full video on this, covering it soon. Hunter obviously had the post-game video last night, a big win against the Trailblazers in a game that Luka didn't play. Their defense has been really good as of late, and DFS has been probably the #1 contributor to that. Jackson Hayes has been very good defensively as well. The team, in order to win games, is going to need to continue to be good defensively. They're going to have to help out Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is not a very good defender. We've seen it. They had a double LaMelo Ball. They were leaving corners open in the loss a few games ago, or a couple games ago, a few days ago. In order for this team to be successful, you need to have this defensive rating. And if they can keep this up with Jackson Hayes, with Dorian Finney-Smith, with other capable defenders, Gabe Vincent, Rui Hachimura, who's not a very good defender, but can be, serviceable at times, then this team will go a long way. I just wanted to want you guys let me know. Did you expect their defensive rating to be this good over the last 15 games? And do you think they'll be able to keep it up? Let me know down below. Absolutely ridiculous reports coming out. We're going to keep you up to date with all the latest Lakers news. Thank you guys for watching. See you later. Cheers.